Welcome to Tough Fly Corner. I'm Johnny Utah. I'm going to show you how to tie a Diving Caddis. Hook I have here in the vise is a Daiichi Allen Jackson North Country spider hook. It's got a limerick bend to it. I really like these hooks. They're a light wire. You get great penetration with them, and they're actually really strong. They don't bend. Highly recommend them for you wet fly fishermen. So what I'm going to be using is uni, A-dot, and tan. I'm going to do a tan diving caddis. Start my thread near the eye. Just going to lay down a base of thread to the back. Nice and tight. Now with a limerick bend, it starts right at the point, but I'm going to go a little bit past the point for this one. A little into the bend, I mean. For the body, I'm going to use polar dub in tan. The original pattern calls for antron dubbing, but I like to use polar on it. I find it works just as well. And you can get a real buggy body really easy with polar dubbing. You can just dub it on there like you regularly do any other dubbing. And then just wrap it. And as you can see, you get a real buggy body. Bump the camera. You need just a little bit more. Don't be afraid with these flies either to tie the bodies pretty fat, because caddises do have pretty meaty bodies on them. They're not little scrawny mayflies. I don't like real long fibers on it. That's just me. You can leave them along. I don't think it really matters, but I just don't like any real long ones. So I just run my finger and thumb through the dubbing, forcing the fibers back. I just don't like any of them to extend too long. Okay, for the wing, you can use wood duck. Sometimes I use wood duck for the tan colored ones. I also like to use the old cheapo mallard dyed wood duck. It works just as well as the wood duck. It doesn't look as pretty as the wood duck, but we're tying a fishing fly, or as LaFontaine would say, a practical fly. Not worried about aesthetics so much. Just want to take a clump. You just want a notion of a wing. You don't want a big heavy wing on it. The idea of this pattern is that it's supposed to look like an adult awash in the surface film. Like it's struggling to survive. Pinch and loop that on to the top. And if you notice where I tied the wing back at, I didn't tie it way up here. I don't want to tie it up here because of the step that's there. That'll cause the wing to shoot straight up. Caddises don't have wings that stand up like this. Now for the wing topping, it's antron yarn. You can use just regular antron that you can buy in packs, but I find that the yarn itself, like this hank here, I separated some from an actual yarn hank. I find that the fibers are much smaller, the actual filaments, and I think that it just really, I just prefer it better as opposed to the antron packs. And plus it's real crinkly, so I think it has more of a reflective reflectiveness to it. It's going to take a clump. You don't need much. You don't want a big clump. Snip the butts away. Cut your antron on an angle. And at this point we're going to dub over those tie downs again. But I also like to wax my thread in this area. It's going to give you a lot of grip when you wax your thread. A lot of dub in here. We're going to tie in our hackle. The hackle I like using with these is actually hen hackle. Of course, it's a genetic hen, so it's more like a rooster than an actual hen. It's a Hebert Minor, and this one is Barred Ginger Dark. It's actually a really great tan color. Ginger tan, same difference. Of course, the better marking, as you can see here, the feathers all kind of beat up, and it's actually got more white to it towards the butt. We actually want the tip area, but I find I would rather hold the tip with these particular hackles than tie in the tip. I'm just going to prepare the feather. Catch that on nice and tight. You can use hackle pliers. I prefer not to use them. They tend to just break more hackles than anything else. Just 2 to 3 turns. You don't want a ton of hackle on it. One right in front of the other. Catch it with your bobbin. Couple of tight turns. I like to just sweep everything back, starting right from the eye. Just start winding right back, forming the head. And then you're ready to whip finish. It's a 3-turn whip. Nothing fancy. And that's the fly. On Diving Caddis. Johnny Utah, check me out on my site, www.utahsflycorner.com. Thanks for watching.